Hello, we're live. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the live stream, and welcome to a time trial evening. Just picked a workout here just to move my legs a bit before we start. Hey everybody. We're here properly now. How you doing? You all good? So we've got 6 minutes until we start. So I just did a 15-minute ramp warm up there. So we did one of these about 5 weeks ago, I think it was. Actually, maybe 4 weeks ago. Now I was going to give it a couple more weeks until I did one, but actually because we're heading to Spain at the end of the month, there would be a little bit of conflict with that. So rather than faffing around and trying to fit it in as best as possible, sometimes it's just worth doing it, even if you don't know if the result will be better or worse. Because at the end of the day, we're just looking for accuracy to make sure that, you know, we are still roughly around the same ballpark. Do I prefer a warm up in erg mode? I don't really have a preference, to be honest. It doesn't really matter. I think I probably feel better without erg mode on for a warm up, but I was just switching my mind off there really and just doing it. So 4 or 5 weeks ago when we did one last, we were around the 365 watt mark for the duration of this event, which gave us an FTP of around 349 watts. I set off in that 20-minute effort at about 350 and then was able to raise it quite significantly in the last 5 minutes and even in the last 2 minutes, averaging almost 30 watts more in those last sort of 5 or last 3 minutes. So knowing what I know now, I'm going to throw a bit of caution to the wind and start harder than you maybe normally see me do. There's going to be some training benefit to it, of course. So I'm going to try and push harder earlier and set off harder and try and hang on that way. But then again, it all comes down to how I feel after the first 5 minutes. Things can change on the fly. Obviously I'll give an explanation at the end, but generally you set off with good sort of intentions. You have some kind of idea as to what you want to try and do distribution wise, but then things can change during the event, and you just have to go with it sometimes. Usually your own feedback and stuff, you know, internal feedback sort of guides that, but we'll see. We'll see. Obviously, I think in the last 10 minutes or last 5 minutes, that's usually when I turn the screw when I'm doing a negative pacing strategy. But of course, if I'm adopting an ever so slightly positive pacing strategy this time, I'm going to need all the motivation I can get in that last 5 minutes to kind of hang on. So we'll see how it goes. Good to have the chat as company. If you could, hit that like button before we get started. Every like equals an extra watt. And hopefully we'll get to the end and there might be, who knows, 370 of you watching, and that'll be my new FTP. So that'll be the goal. Can we match the live stream viewers? Okay, we've got 90 seconds to go. Oh. Ah, missed out on the sub 20. That doesn't matter, that's 10 watts more than what we did about a month ago. I think more importantly, it's about 15 watts off my best ever, so we're getting there. That's pretty close. You know, well, I say pretty close. I mean, 15 watts is still a chunk, but it's not a million miles away. Just grateful for where I'm at the minute and not falling ill. Don't jinx it. Touch wood. Thanks for touching wood your end as well. I don't mean like that. Let's have a look at this graph. I did promise you. I'll show you what this graph looks like. Well done everyone who took part. That is that's always hard. Time trials. Good grief. Let's have a look at it. Oh, flip the neck. So it's not the usual. It's not what you're used to. You know, you're used to seeing the sort of you know, starting off in the yellow and then gradually building up, but I have to say I think I committed quite well there, and I don't think I overcommitted either. I think it was just, it started to become a mental battle around about the 12-minute mark, and a couple of you mentioned like at that moment as well, like that's like the turning point where it starts to become a bit more mental than physical. You know you're capable of doing it, sort of thing, you know, providing you actually haven't gone out too hard. You know, if you've paced it well, you know, that 12 to 15 minute mark is where you start to be like, oh, this is biting. And then you start to get, sorry, that noise is my fan because it's propped up, it's vibrating. So yeah, that's where you've got to give yourself a talking to and have a bit of faith. You know, just, I mean, I don't need to tell you, like it's hard when any lengthy effort, you're just holding your hand to the fire. It's very, we do talk about mental health, but I think cyclists, in a way, we use this this form of, what would we call it? Like, well, in fact, any endurance athlete, not just cyclists, but you know, we do it because we almost enjoy it. You know, when you come out the other end of it, you know, at the time, it's like you're really showing yourself your mettle and what you're capable of doing. And you know, some days you have good days, some days you have bad days, and obviously that can affect our headspace as well. Don't get me wrong. Like, you know, if I'd have bailed there, which, you know, at that 12 to 15 minute mark, that's where you certainly see, you know, the bail happen more often than not. You know, it's a case of like, if I get through this, I'm going to be pretty proud. So it was one of those moments just now where I was at the limit and happy to have held on, and it worked out. So there we go. It's yeah, it's putting your hand to the fire and leaving it there, and you never know what you're capable of sometimes. There we go. So there's the power curve. It's when I said this about 15 watts off at best, I was probably referring to my outdoor power, which is near about 390 when I've been in real peak form. But this year we're gonna go for the big 400. We're gonna push for it. It's one of my goals this year. It's kind of it's been a goal for a long while, but it's one that although it kind of doesn't really mean much, you know, I've just been knocking on the door for about 5 years, where I've been, you know, in the high 380s, mid 390s, and never quite got to the 400s. Obviously I need a very good day, but I also need you know, a lot more consistency than I think the last 2 years particularly have fed me. I've been consistent, but I've just had like periods of illnesses and things like that. I just want to, you know, that big 400 would be massive, you know, for someone my size. You know, 60 to 62 kilos, that'd be incredible if I could do that. It might open the door, you know, to other things, but it is one of my goals for one of my metric goals. Maybe I should make a video, actually, a YouTube video, and talk about a couple of the others. performance goals, because the event goals are somewhat work in progress. So yeah, maybe we'll do that actually in a couple of weeks' time. So I'm well chuffed with that. Let's save it. It's going to be a new PB there, or new FTP rather, for the time being. So boosh. Zwift should screenshot that, shouldn't it? I think. I'm going to take a photo of it anyway. Excuse me. Voila. Wonderful. Oh, I can have a little spin now. Oh no, it hasn't saved it. I'm going to have a little spin. Let's save that. And hang out for a little bit. I'm going to do some extra time. Don't mind me. I don't know, let's just do this and go to, let's do a route that I haven't done potentially. Looping lava, how about that? There we go. Let's do that. Oof. There we go. Odd CT National Championships. I could do the road bike one. I obviously don't have a time trial bike, but could do the road bike one. Let's talk TT tactics. Okay, whatever you say. Anyway, if you enjoyed the stream, that's it. The race is over. I appreciate you sticking around. But we're gonna just spin the legs for another half an hour. So if you want to hang about, but if not, thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you later in the week for another live stream, no doubt. Oh, we've actually got to do the volcano here, and this might take longer than half an hour. Well, we'll see. Hey Tyler, how's things? Nice you're getting into YouTube. That's cool. You're onto a good thing there. It'll serve you well. Just be consistent. Don't overthink it. And just try and enjoy it. You've got the perfect content. Just document what you're doing, and it's cool. Oh yeah, I just saw your message there, Martin. A nice round number, yeah. Indeed. Martin's out to try and hit a nice round number, FTP. Who's doing the tour to Zwift then? Surprised there's so many people here actually. Not just in the stream, I mean riding in Utopia, open world. Well, I suppose it's peak time, so lots of people on regardless. Yeah, certainly have, no doubt. I saw somebody trying to sell a Zwift ride. No, is it a Zwift ride? The bike that Zwift made. Someone had like bought one. I don't know when. Quite local to me here. And then they were selling it because it wasn't getting enough use. And selling it for £900. I was tempted. Oh, I know him. Hey, I was gonna ask, have you seen the Northern Lights up your way? Apparently they were out and about the other night. By the way, we've got some exciting news. We exchanged our deposit, or rather we paid our deposit. We have a move-in in date for our new house. Finally, after 2 months of delays. So there's not going to be many streams here left. What's that, Matthias? No, I'm just gonna ride. I'm just gonna finish this route. Maybe I'm just gonna do 20 minutes, half an hour. It actually helps with recovery anyway. I'm also trying to get about 800, 900 TSS this week, plus about 17 to 20 hours of training, so it actually helps. I'm hoping to get out tomorrow morning and do a good session on the road. I'm hoping to do 4 hours zone 2, but I'm going to be doing a 2 by 50 minutes with about 5 or 10 minutes of recovery between, at around 90 to 95% of FTP. So it's going to be quite a tough interval set tomorrow morning. Yes, funny enough, that was one of the reasons why we went for this house. I mean, I'm sure you guys know, when you have a bike, it doesn't matter if you have 2 or 3, you know, I think even if you just have 1, and it's your pride and joy, you know, you've got to have a dedicated space for it sometimes. And I know a lot of people have a garage. We won't at this place, but we will have something that's just as good. And I'm looking forward to it, because it's been a long time coming. You know, we've been here in this flat, we've been grinding, you know, we've been getting the pennies in place, and being self-employed is a little bit more tricky as well, of course, but it's you know, hopefully finally paid off. Tom, yes, you have missed it. I won't spoil it for you. It was really good. Yeah, I think I'm gonna try and get some emails done in the morning. About I'll get up at 6 a.m. and then I'll come in here. I'll do some emails for about 45 minutes. I'll wake Charlie up with a pan and a spoon, bang bang bang, and then have some breakfast, come back in maybe about 8 o'clock, and I've got to edit a couple of reels from my gravel ride the other day. I actually shared that gravel ride, that YouTube video, with like the gravel cycling Facebook group in the UK. There's like 18,000 people in it, and quite a few people watched it and they really enjoyed it, so I'm glad I shared it there. It was just to be honest, just to try and get some eyeballs on how good the gravel is around there. And I'll probably head out on the bike maybe about 9 a.m. Let some of the major traffic disappear as well. And then I'll stick to the coast and get some flat riding in, so I can do those intervals. And I'm taking a training session then on my whoosh this time tomorrow night, 5:30. Oh, not this time, but tomorrow evening. And then do it all again the next day. That's right, Tom. I said I won't spoil it. Well, actually, Emma, you might pick up on something in that video. A couple of other people have told me off, because in one of the clips where I'm looking down the Regos towards Treorchy, I say, "Oh, that's Treorchy," like that direction, and people have corrected me saying that's Treherbert, and I was like, well, I know it is, but in the moment I actually said Treorchy because I know, you know, I know Treorchy's that way. Just because I said Treorchy, not Treherbert, I seem to have triggered a few people. But maybe they live in Treherbert. Oh, funny you should say that. I've just sent my tax report in this morning. I did it. I did it not so long ago, but I just hand sent it. I got to pop into the office on Thursday as well, so which you've reminded me of. Thank you. I'm surprised you didn't recognize the fan noise rather than my breathing. Yeah, the thing is though, Emma, I mean it's kind of like, it's probably the same anywhere you go. I just know Treorchy because of Max Boyce, you know. It's probably more famous. Nice one, man. Enjoy. No racing for you today. Joe Herbert must be much smaller, right? No, surely. You know, it's like just adjacent to. Yeah, I saw one of your reels earlier. I'm sure it was a reel. What was it, a story? Anyway. And he said it was like a race. And it was a sprint at the end. But you were like saying how you were finished. Like just empty. And people were like in the comments. It's just funny. They were saying how like people on Zwift were just sprinting like it was easy, and you had nothing left. But I think they were like making a point that, or they were trying to say that like people maybe on Zwift, it's almost like a bit of a joke when people are sprinting past you because they know how strong you are. But it like. Sometimes I laugh at that and I'm like, well, you know, everyone's got their strengths, right? Like, I know you got a strong sprint, but you know, if you were, as a good example, if you were dying there in the finish because it was hard finish, it takes the sprint out of your legs, and I always laugh that some people still think that. You know, you can have something left. Like the other day when I did that race on Sunday, and we came to the sprint at the end, and my peak was like 600 watts, which was like barely anything because I was completely spent coming to the finish. I didn't know they were similar in size. Wait, what is the Run the Tunnel? I've never heard of this. Me and Bryn need to come and ride there. Yeah, Marcus, that was like 2 days ago. Have you been sleeping for 2 days? Maybe you have. Who knows? Love it. Oh my word, Emma, you need to send me something on Instagram DM. Send me a link or something. I need to find that place. Or I could just find it later. Don't worry. Oh wow, that's cool. I love history. And Emir does as well. Need to get him out on a gravel ride and show him around over there. Oh, this is the last section of the volcano. Oh wow, that's cool. Oh, I don't blame you, Marcus, to be honest. No, it's not too bad here. It's gone a little bit cold, but it is dry. Just there is a bit of a risk of ice at the minute. Ooh, I wonder if I'll just finish in half an hour this loop. I got 5k to go, 5.5k to go. I think I might just do it, you know. 5 minutes to do, no. Don't think I will. Hey, thank you, Marcus. Take care on your commute. there we go, everyone. Do you know what? I'm going to log off now. I'm going to get to the bottom here. I'm going to finish this route. Thank you for your company this evening. Thank you for tuning in and supporting. I really appreciate it. Obviously it helps motivate, but you know, you're motivating me, hopefully, while I'm motivating you, so I really appreciate that. So thanks for tuning in. I will catch you later in the week for another live stream. Take care, everyone. I'll see you.